Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danny. Welcome back to another video. So today's video will be a chit-chatty video based on Kat L's video where she expresses gratitude for life's luxuries that are not luxury products. Kat didn't make this a tag video, but essentially left an open invitation for any one of us who wants to film a video like this to do so. So thank you so much, Kat, for doing that. Now, if you haven't seen Kat's video already, I've left it in the description box below, and it's a real feel-good sort of video, and I hope that my video will give you some warm feelings by the end as well. A topic like this is actually really up my alley because I'm very much a silver lining kind of person. Every time I experience something bad, I can most of the time alter my perspective in order to pull myself out of a negative headspace. So the first blessing or blessings that I would like to count are my parents. My parents strongly impressed upon me how a happy state of mind is a much better place to be. And they showed me how I can choose to be happy or how I can choose to be sad. And it's not that I've never been allowed to feel sad, but to only allocate sadness or bad emotions proportionate to the experience. And of course, I have to say that I have been extremely lucky to have such a good life. If I compare my life to my parents lived in poverty when they were children, and they worked really hard to pull the family out of poverty and to make sure that I led a very comfortable life. My parents, along with my grandparents, also lived through a war, and they are the generation who's lived through a war as well as a pandemic now. And as morbid as it may sound, I appreciate that they shared all their life adversities with me so that I know how to count my lucky stars. The second thing I want to express gratitude for is my health and my life. And I know it may sound extremely lame. However, I am fit, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm independent. I know 5 people who've lost their lives and they were aged between 25 and 36. The first friend died suddenly while she was ice skating. All I know is that she had a cardiac arrest and they couldn't bring her back. But we don't know I don't know what caused the cardiac arrest. The second friend was one who was a little bit closer to myself and my husband, and he died of leukemia. He left behind a wife and a 2-year-old, should be about 8 years old now. However, in one of his last messages to the world, he wrote that he had written a letter for his daughter for every one of her birthdays up to the age of 18. And I often think about what he would give to be here today. The third friend died of a brain bleed. The fourth friend died of brain cancer. And the fifth friend, I don't know what he died of. I just know that he's not with us anymore. So yes, I am thoroughly grateful for being here today. The third thing I'm grateful for is that Adelaide has not been hit that hard with COVID. I mean, we've not been able to travel since the pandemic, but hey, that's really a first world problem. We've been relatively free in Adelaide. When the pandemic first hit, we went into lockdown for about 3 or 4 weeks, and we've never really had any more really big waves. Our second lockdown went for 4 days, and our third lockdown went for about a week. So in the grand scheme of things, really nothing to complain about. And I'm really grateful that this kind of happens when my daughter is not in school yet, because all of you amazing parents who have homeschooled your children. And on the topic of children, the next thing I'm grateful for is of course my daughter. She is 3 going on 4, and I am really appreciating this stage of her life right now. She can talk a lot, her vocabulary is pretty wide, so we can connect on a different level compared to when she was young. Obviously, she can walk and run now, which means I don't have to carry her while we're out and about. And in the words of one of my friends, wow, this is what it feels like to have my arms back. She also does small things that I consider really sweet. So for example, when we are out and about and she's walking next to me, she puts her arm around my thigh. So you know how when you're out and about with your partner, they may put their arm on your shoulder or around your waist. She holds on to my thigh, and that's how we walk along together. And I just find that really sweet. She's also really sassy now. She tries to stop me from shopping. A few weeks ago we were out and I was having a look at this bag here. It's a really cute bag, really functional, really nice leather. It's by Echo, by the way, if you're looking for a camera bag. that one is really, really nice. But anyway, I was having a look at it and she literally pulled it out of my hands and put it back on the shelf, and she stood in front of the shelf with her arms wide open and she said, "No, Mummy, no!" So I can see where she's gotten it from. She's very much like me when she's trying to buy more and more toys. She has enough toys, okay? The last thing that I consider a real luxury is my YouTube channel. If you think about it, anyone who has a YouTube channel is extremely fortunate or privileged in some way. A YouTuber has a camera, you know, here I've got a tripod, I've got a microphone, I have a light, I also have a backup light, and I have high-speed internet. So all those things that we take for granted, I do stop to think about how lucky I am to be able to do this. But there is another reason why I appreciate YouTube. I find doing YouTube videos extremely therapeutic. Before I did YouTube, I had all these thoughts in my head that I could never share with anyone to a degree that would relieve me. Because obviously if I'm having a conversation with a person, I know how to be respectful and have a dialogue. But often that's not enough to empty out my brain. But when you are filming a YouTube video, you're kind of on your own and you can just talk to the camera. You could be doing it for hours and it's uninterrupted. So since I started my YouTube channel, I've really felt like I'm clearer in my head. And of course, I have to say thank you to all of you who actually bother watching my videos. Thank you for leaving comments and having conversations with me. Thank you for liking and subscribing. You know, what can I say? I really, really appreciate you. So thank you. So I think that will do it for this one. I really enjoyed filming this video. If you wish to do one of the same topic, I would strongly encourage you to do so. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!